Hi, I'm Dale, and I have a question for you. Do you want to tell your story? So, you might want to tell your story, and you might be feeling a little nervous. You might be thinking that you quite fancy writing a whole book, and then you start to feel overwhelmed. And who am I to do this? So, I'm going to start by reading you a little bit of my story that I've included in edition 2 of Writing to Heal. And I've included a couple of chapters of my story in this book to really set the scene, to let people know that, when you embrace writing to heal, when you go through that process, then you find a way of changing your story, healing yourself, and then perhaps feeling a little bit more confident to get your story out in the world. Now, if writing a whole book is a bit overwhelming, then when I finish reading this out, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Healing Book Project. So this is the book, Writing to Heal, and this first part is called Let Me Take You Back. Opening the computer, I was faced with the rare and unusual sight, my husband's penis. Only a few minutes earlier, an insistent voice had instructed me to open the computer. The voice was loud, but there wasn't anybody there. Looking around and feeling foolish, I stepped towards the kitchen table and tentatively touched his mobile phone. Open the computer, this time louder and more urgent. Laughing at myself and looking around to check if anybody was with me, I did as I was told. Another rare occurrence. Maybe it was my guardian angel. Did angels shout, I wondered? With nothing better to do and a feeling that I needed to obey this higher power, I complied. There had to be a first time for everything, right? What greeted me was vile. The husband of only 17 months had been corresponding with another woman who was married with 3 children. As I skimmed their secret life, not only was I mad as hell, it dawned on me that no wonder he didn't have time for me. He was fornicating elsewhere. On full display, their naked betrayal. I felt sick and alone. As I dug deeper, I found that he'd been getting off with many other women throughout our 5-year relationship via Facebook and several other interesting dating sites that I never knew existed. What an education I received. The sad truth is, I couldn't have known. I lived in a world of perpetual anxiety and stress, and he played me well. It transpired that the dull, sexless husband was in reality extremely promiscuous, thriving on casual sex with equally promiscuous women, and on the risk of being potentially caught. And caught he finally was. Would it be devilish of me to say that it was an enormous relief to catch him out? When we first met, the unpleasant ending of a long relationship and being made redundant had tarnished my world. I was, in hindsight, unable to function at my highest level. And this man, who I thought cared for me, rescued and manipulated me for his own ends. The control was insidious, creeping quietly along, unnoticed and barely detectable. He fooled me. He took first pleasure in annoying me, finding my weak spots and prodding until I gave way. I came to love being able to rant at him. It felt liberating to explode after so many years of bottling things up. I believed that despite his bullying, we were quite good friends. In my messed up mind, I believed that there was a kindness in him that others couldn't see, and that maybe this was what marriage was like in later life, a companionship of sorts. And if the truth be told, when I looked at Ferdy Dog, our first dog, I couldn't abandon him. I loved my dog more than life itself. Imagine that. My mind was so addled, I stayed for the dog. I've heard of people staying for the kids, and maybe only another doggy mum might understand why the dog. So I'm going to leave that there. Like I said, this is from Writing to Heal, and I've included a couple of chapters in here that is my story. It's my story of finding self-love, and through self-love, finding self-worth and self-confidence, and then having the confidence to heal myself naturally when, amongst many things, my spine fractured. So like I said, if writing a book is something you really, really want to do, but you think, no, I can't, it's too overwhelming, then please do come and talk to me about the Healing Book Project. So this is run by myself and Wendy Keir, and we have very much split our expertise. So I'm the book mentor. I'm going to take you through how to write a chapter, your story, a chapter of the book. We're going to take that all the way through to getting it published. And then Wendy, who is our marketing expert, is going to take you through launch and a marketing plan and help you to raise your profile and your visibility around your story. So if you fancy this, if you think, yeah, do you know what, I could write, I'm going to say just a chapter, but it's much more than that. If you could write a chapter of your book and you want to take that out into the world and help other people to heal and build your visibility around that, then get in touch. You can find me at daledarley.com and look for the Healing Book Project. Make an application and then we'll chat to you and we'll take the project forward. So I'm really, really looking forward to hearing from you and hearing your story.